Hey y'all, welcome to a Real Devotion, what I like to call Real Devotion Extended, because sometimes there's a lot of things that I want to get across that can't be explained in 60 seconds. So in today's Real Devotion, it comes from Mark 6:41. And taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven and said a blessing, and broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples to set them before the people. And he divided the 2 fish among them all. Why does this verse stick out to me? Well, first of all, you probably just noticed that it was in the feeding of the 5,000. This is actually, I believe, in all the four Gospels, has the feeding of the 5,000. That's pretty amazing. It's one of the stories that's in all of the Gospels. So why does this verse stick out to me? Well, in the middle, it says that Jesus said a blessing before he broke the bread, before they ate. I think that's important because a lot of the time that we can pray a good prayer, but we forget the motive of why we're praying. You know what I mean? A lot of the time we just say words. We're just like, right? And we know that the Spirit can intercede for us, the words that are in our mouth, as it says in Romans 8. But sometimes the motive, the idea of why we're praying can leave our mind. Guys, you're not the only one that does this. I do the same thing. We're all human. But it's super interesting that Jesus himself prayed to the Father saying, thank you to this food. Thank you for the meal that we're about to have. And then he broke, and then he did the miracle of spreading the 2 fish and the 2 loaves all around to the crowd of the 5,000, including women and children. So I want to ask you today, and we should all ask ourselves this, even myself. How are we praying? How is our prayer life? Are we just saying words? Or are we actually saying, thank you, God, for what you've done to me, to my family, to everyone around us, and just giving us all the blessing, not just food, but supplies to be able to live and to play around with electronics and to read his word and to breathe. So many blessings that we forget that we should pray. I encourage you that if you don't do it for the rest of the day, tonight, before you go to bed, kneel down before your bed, but before the Lord, and say, God, thank you for today. Thank you for all the blessings you've given to me. Let me not take it for granted. So how's your prayer life? Is your prayer life in vain, or is it actually for a blessing?